Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, creatures, monsters, and that kid sitting there in the third seat from the left, this is Mr. Sepulveda. Welcome to our drawing session for today. Today we're going to be doing a little holiday art, and for this season, I'm going to draw a Nutcracker, and this is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be doing a how-to video, okay? So you're just gonna need a couple things, and I hope you draw along with me. You're gonna need a pencil. I'm choosing a mechanical pencil, a rubber or an eraser, and if you want to, this part is optional. You guys could have something to do some line work with, like a pen, and maybe something to color with, like alcohol markers. Okay, guys, so again, hope you guys join along with me for this tutorial on how to draw a Nutcracker. So each Nutcracker is a little bit different. You guys have your options for how you want to do it. So anytime I do something on here that you feel like you just don't like, you don't like the shape of, you want to change the colors of, please feel free to do so. You guys are the artist, so use that artistic license, use that artistic brain of yours to make your own decisions as we go, okay? Now real quick, I'm going to do this really lightly right here. That's how lightly you guys should be sketching, because I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a layered approach to doing this. And for this video, I'm going to just draw it a little bit darker than I normally would so that you guys can, of course, see it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the head. Okay, some Nutcrackers have a square head, some Nutcrackers have round heads. It's entirely up to you and your preference. I'm going to go with a round shaped head, and I say semi because certain parts, like when I get to the chest and the body of this Nutcracker, it will be angular. Okay, so I'm going to start off by lightly sketching in, or you guys should lightly sketch in. I'm going to make this a little bit darker so that you guys can see it on the screen, but you guys should start off with a circle. Okay, I'm going to use a vertical line as best as I can and a horizontal line as best as I can to try to cut these in the middle as equally as possible. I know it's a little bit off, but that's okay. Next, we're going to go ahead and throw in the eyes. I'm going to go in for a simplistic oval-shaped eye. You can do any shaped eye that you wish, but I'm just going to go with an oval-shaped eye, okay? Next, somewhere in the center, right? And I know I'm doing this a little bit off-kilter, a little bit off-center right over here, but I'm going to put in the nose, okay? For the nose for this Nutcracker that I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of make maybe a five-sided shape, kind of like a pentagon, right? So I'm going to start over here, somewhere up top. I know it looks like it's in a weird spot. I'm going to come down this way, and then I'm going to come down to a point in the center. So this is going to be the Nutcracker's nose that I'm using. But of course, again, if you don't like this nose, you can choose any nose that you want. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to go ahead also and add some facial hair to my Nutcracker. And I think that I want to draw like a fancy handlebar mustache for my character. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Notice how it turns in, right? And then it's going to go right over there to where it connects to that circle. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other end. So I'm going to start off with like this rounder shape so I know what this part is, where the base is, or where the starting point is. Bring it down, and then slowly or gradually bring it around and back inward. And then all I got to do is just kind of follow that line going out back to my starting point. Okay, so there's my fancy mustache, right? And then with the Nutcrackers, they have squarish mouths, right? And so I'm going to make sure that the square mouth, like this is where the beginning of the mouth might go. If I had a ruler, I could straighten it out. But I'm just going to go freehand for this entire thing. And I'm going to stretch out his mouth to down here to where his body's going to be, okay? And the inside's going to be pretty simple. It's just going to be a line across, and then we're going to split it up so that we have about six equal pieces, okay? Next, I'm going to kind of really solidify where this head shape is. So I'm going to go ahead and start that up. I'm only going to round it out this way. And round it out this way. It's going to be like a pair of parentheses in mathematics, right? Since we were talking math right there, okay? Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add on a hat. And I'm thinking maybe, let me add a kind of like a soldier hat. Or you know what, even better yet, holidays, right? Let me go ahead and add in maybe like an elf hat. Let's go ahead and add in like an elf hat. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this across. little bit more of a square, right? And then I'm going to curve these two lines on the outside. Okay. I can just put in some squiggles over here that connect. And then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of give them like a point. This might even look like more of like a birthday hat, but hey, that's okay. Okay. Then of course you can put in a design in there. Since it is the holidays, I might just go ahead and put in a tree, but I'm not going to put in just any tree. I'm going to put in a pretty cool abstract looking tree. So I'm going to use that triangle to be like the tip. Put in a trapezoid. And then a giant rectangle. Bam, that'll be like my tree on his hat for a design, okay? Again, you could choose whatever kind of hat you want. It's up to you. If you like the triangle form, you want to make it a pizza hat, make it a pizza hat. It's entirely up to you. That is your prerogative, right? Next, we're going to go into the body. So the body is going to be starting right about here. It's going to flatten out that top head a little bit, okay? Then I'm going to round him out, just like so. Round him out again, just like so. So this would be part of his torso, okay? There we go. No, it's a little rough, but that's okay. And then right about here, I think I'm going to give him like a belt. Okay, so I'm going to give him a belt. So it's going to be rounded on the outside. And then it's going to round shape going from one end to the other. Then you can go ahead and add in like a square. If you want to, we can put this little point right over here, just like a regular belt would have. Put in this line over here and then kind of cut it off right about there. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of finish this off as though it were a rectangle and then put a couple circles in here for his belt. So these would be like the notches of his belt. Okay. If you want to, you can kind of create a design right here for his shirt or his jacket, right? And I'm thinking maybe something a little bit more festive. I'm thinking that I will do I'll do an ornament of some sort. So in order for me to do this ornament, I'm going to draw a circle. And I got to put something on here. So I'm going to think, I don't know, maybe a little elf here, right? So a little bit of a point over here. And then I can kind of design the inside for the ear, whatever you want that inside of the ear to look like, right? And then of course, we got to like close that off and that'll be part of his shirt. And then we could probably put in a few stripes over here. So we'll put in a stripe here, right? We'll give him some broad shoulders, right? Give him some big old wide shoulders for this Nutcracker. Okay. I'm thinking I might make this one just exaggeratedly bigger, similar to that last one. So maybe stretch it out further. There we go. And then for the rest of his jacket should be coming down here. Okay. So I'm going to put a curve over here. I'm going to be rounding it out over here and let these points meet. Again, if you guys are drawing really lightly, obviously layering on top of these shapes will make it pretty easy for you guys to erase and keep all the lines that you want to keep, right? And then we're going to put in his legs. So I'm just going to put a line right over here, bring in a couple of rectangles over here. Okay, try to find a stopping point. Then I'm going to put on maybe some boots for my character or for my Nutcracker over here, right? Put on some boots. Going to put in these kind of shapes, almost like a semicircle with a line, right? Let the boots connect. I'm going to put some dots over here, maybe 4 dots for this, right? So now we got our boots for our Nutcracker. And then we'll put in a couple long tube arms right over here, right? So another tube arm. Maybe stop them at about the same spot. And then for the hands, because they're just nutcrackers, we could just use a little circle piece. All right, boys and girls, so this is kind of like one way to draw a nutcracker. And I'm really thinking, you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna go ahead before I kind of close this off. I think I'm gonna add in a beard for this nutcracker, okay? So just to make a fancy beard, I'm gonna kind of come over here, and over here with a little bit of a triangle. Then I'm gonna have it connect to the ends over here. And I might have to erase part of this, which is okay, right? Sometimes you change your mind artistically as you go. And we're gonna go ahead and add in this cool little beard, right? There we go. So I added in a beard for this nutcracker. I'm gonna close off his mouth. Finish off that drawing over here. Right? Maybe change the ornament to a plain ornament, because I don't want to lose the design behind him. Okay. And there you go. There you have it. Something really easy to draw. Now, if you want to go ahead and do what I'm about to do, please feel free. I'm going to erase all of these lines to make them a little bit easier to see, and then I'm going to add some line work, and then I'm going to add some color. So I'm going to go ahead and erase and do the line work, and I'll do that in a time lapse for you. So here we go. All right, boys and girls, welcome back. So this is what I ended up with. Doing my line work. I ended up changing up a couple things here and there. You guys can tell with the hat, I ended up putting in a couple circles. I thought maybe it'd be like a Christmas tree with some ornaments in it. I extended the beard a little bit more into the ornament than I had intended. But I think the beard came out pretty well, and there you go. And so if you guys want to color, please go ahead and color it in. Again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put myself into a time lapse so you guys can see my finished results. Here we go. All right, guys, so real quick, I had to stop this time lapse because I realized I didn't add hair to my Nutcracker. So I'm just gonna give him some little swoopy hair right over here and some really swoopy hair over here so that I feel like he's at least got some crazy hair over here, because otherwise it's just gonna look really weird. I'm just gonna put some squiggles over here, some squiggles over here. There we go. And maybe just a couple squiggles right over here to make it feel like, hey, that my character's got some hair. All right, back to the time lapse. All right, boys and girls, welcome back. So this is my final result for my Nutcracker drawing. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Hope you had a good time. Hopefully yours came out well. I wish you guys a happy holiday. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.